December or June, for my heart sings a wonderful tune. As long as you care for me. Thank you very, very much, everyone, for your wonderful welcome. It sure is nice to be back with all of you again. And today my show is inspired by the fact that so many of you folks have written to me asking me about the association of the candelabra that's always seen on my piano. I know there's been a lot of jokes made about it, and I've taken a lot of kidding too. But I would like to prove to you that it has a very definite effect on my playing. Why, I can take the simplest piece and put the candelabra on the piano, and it comes out sounding like a magnificent concert piece. Let me show you. Thank you very, very much. I'll be back in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, to show you some of the candelabras from my personal collection. But first, here's a word from our very good friends, our sponsors. Here Here you see, ladies and gentlemen, one of the earliest of the candelabras in my collection. It's Italian and it dates back to the 16th century. Actually, it is the predecessor of the candelabra. It did not burn candles, as you see. It burned oil, which was placed in here, and then the wicks were lit, and the illumination came from the burning oil. It had a kind of a built-in snuffer and a wick preparer and a little scissor to trim the wick. To go with this early Italian antique candelabra, I would like to play some lovely Italian folk songs, both old and new. next candelabra you will see from my collection, ladies and gentlemen, is a beautiful crystal candelabra that the boys in the orchestra gave me. It represents a fabulous era in history when these kind of candelabras and the beautiful crystal chandeliers adorned the famous courts of Europe. To go with this setting, a beautiful Strauss waltz, the Emperor's Waltz. So far, ladies and gentlemen, I've shown you the oldest candelabra in my collection and also the most elaborate one. And now I'd like you to see the candelabra of tomorrow. I designed it myself, and it's very modern and simple in design, as you can see. It's made of sterling silver, and quite by coincidence, it's called the Liberace candelabra. Regardless of their design, I find that candelabras and their beautiful candlelight suggest romance, and it puts me in a very romantic kind of mood like this. I'm in the mood for love, simply because you're near me. Funny, but when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. Heaven is in your eyes, bright as the stars we're under. Oh, is it any wonder that I'm the mood for love. Why stop to think of whether our little dream might fade? Let's put our hearts together. Now we are one. I'm not afraid. If there's a cloud above, if it should rain, we'll let it. But for tonight, let's forget it. 'Cause I'm in the mood for love. Stop to think of whether our little dream might fade. Let's put our hearts together. Now we are one. I'm not afraid. If there's a cloud above, if it should rain, we'll let it. But for tonight, let's forget it. 'Cause I'm in the mood for love. Thank you. Thank you very much. Candlelight has always had a religious meaning to me. When I see the candlelight quietly gleaming from the altar, I'm reminded of the beautiful strains of the Ave Maria. you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I've enjoyed being with you all so very, very much. And I'll be looking forward to the next time we can get together and have another musical visit. I hope you enjoyed our discussion about the candelabras. So until we meet again, this is Liberace in Hollywood. On behalf of everyone in our show saying, I'll see you in the morning sun. And when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.